Well, it is new tent day. I bought the Fjällräven Abisko Lite 1. A very compact one-person tunnel tent. This is a 4-season tent. It weighs in just under 1.7 kilograms, which is quite a good weight for a 4-season tent. And the poles are attached to the side. The segments of the poles are a bit shorter than your standard ones. The tent is extremely sturdy and made from premium materials and has many practical features I haven't seen in any other tunnel tent. The tent blends lightweight, practicality and year-round weather protection. The tent features one main pole and 4 short but strong corner poles. The main pole is slightly straight to create more head height and a bigger vestibule. The fly sheet is made from high-performance polyamide in 2 different fabric weights, 20D and 40D, for an excellent strength to weight ratio. So there are 5 poles in total. There's one main central pole, the long one, and red colored, and there are 4 short ones on each corner. It's a Nordic pitch, so the inner tent and the outer tent are pitched at once, which is obviously beneficial if you pitch it in high wind conditions and in rain, specifically with rain and snow, keeps the inner tent dry. They're using 2 strengths and deniers of nylon for the shell. The main body is 20D nylon, but they're using 40D at the bottom just to add a little bit more strength. So this main pole sits in this PVC cup, and you can add a second pole to increase the overall sturdiness of the tent. The main pole has 4 guy-out points, 2 on each side, but the 2 on one side are connected with a single. The guy lines are 2 mm Dyneema and rated 160 kilograms. The design is a tunnel design which performs really well in high wind. In total you have 10 guy-out points, 4 on the main pole and 3 on each end. If you look where the pole is inserted, this is heavy duty canvas. It is a bit of an angle, obviously, that when the wind comes from either the top or the bottom end, minimum chance of rain getting in. Each end of the tent has a vent which has mesh and can be fully closed, and you can open and close them from the inside in the tent. The tent has in total 10 guy-out points. The guy-out options combined with a sleek design ensures it will perform well in strong wind. The tent comes in 3 colors, but I prefer the stealthy pine green. Let's have a look on the inside. Everything is really nicely reinforced. Another design aspect that impressed me is the vestibule space. Beautiful, man. It is quite big and definitely big enough for gear and for cooking. You can also adjust the space and make it bigger by pulling back the floor of the inner tent. So you got these cordage to distribute the tension, again adding a little bit sturdiness to the tent. Another reason why I choose this tent compared to a few competitors is the vestibule space. It is decent, it's really good actually. So this is my 65 liters backpack. It's about half full. I've got still some stuff in there, and as you can see it would fit nicely. But obviously when you set up camp, a lot of the content is actually in the tent. Yeah, sufficient space definitely for me to keep my gear and boots. So one of the many awesome design features is this toggle here. You can actually increase the size of the vestibule by moving the toggle around. So when you cook, for instance, and when you sit on that side of the inner tent, you can pull the inner tent a little bit towards the inside, and it increases the space you have available for cooking, for instance. The door is actually quite large. And another selling point for me is what I call a double door. You got two panels. You have a mesh panel for the warmer days and a full fabric for the colder and windy days. And I use primarily 4-season tents, and when they have features like this, it allows you to use it basically in all conditions and all year around. So that means you can pretty much use a single tent in all conditions. The indoor space is quite generous for a single person tent. The length is 220 centimeters. It is 90 centimeters wide on its widest section in the inner space, and it's 90 centimeters high. So this is one of the two vents on the ends of the tent. You can open and close the vent on the outside from the inside. Pretty cool feature, I like that. Everything is seam sealed. That looks really good. I've never seen a tent seam sealed of this quality. Beautiful. And you can see here the corner as well, reinforced and sealed. It also comes with this pre-installed clothesline. I absolutely love that. Very practical. You can hang lights off this as well if needed. Beautiful. There's plenty of pockets, and really big one on this side. Beautiful, I like that. And I love this little pocket in the ceiling. You could put your light in there. And a third pocket over here. The door has two panels, one full mesh for warm days and a full fabric for cold and windy days. The ventilation in the Abisko Lite 1 is excellent, with 3 openings, positioned both high and low, which can be completely closed if needed. This is just a mesh panel. The door is actually bigger in size than I expected. The only thing I would say getting in and out of this tent is a little bit harder. Well, I absolutely love this tent. I can't fail it. It has all the features that I like to have in a tent like this. It's compact, it's lightweight, but still very sturdy, very capable. The only thing I noticed, these tension cords, they come up a little bit high, and they can become a little bit of a trip hazard. So you got a vent here, and this also shields the inner tent and vestibule somewhat from rain. Allows you to open the door only in part. And there is a vent in here as well. Can be open and closed with a zipper from the inside. So here you can see You can stick your hand through, pretty cool. It also has mesh and full fabric, so all areas that you can vent have mesh and full fabric. The poles are of DAC Featherlight NSL with a diameter of 9 millimeters. This is a waterproof guide, quite nice. These are the stakes. Comes with all the stakes, super light but a little short. The fly and inner tents are connected and pitches as one, allows for quick pitching and keeps the inner tent dry during setup. The short corner poles can be left installed when packing away the tent. This way the setup time is relatively quick. I'm impressed with the high quality, the use of materials and the clever design and features of the Fjällräven Abisko Lite 1. Although it is not an ultralight tent, at 1.7 kilograms, it is a lightweight for a serious and reliable 4-season tent. And I think it's an outstanding tent to be used for solo adventurers for hiking, climbing, biking and rafting. If you're looking for an ultralight shelter just for summer hikes, this is probably not your tent. It is built for year-round use and to protect against all conditions, and for people who care about function, durability as much as weight. That's all that I have to share with you about the beautiful Fjällräven Abisko Lite 1. It looks absolutely spectacular. It feels great, it looks great, high quality. I love the little touches and features. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this tent in years to come. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was informative. Hope to see you next time. I bought a tent from the Finnish online shop Veruste. Veruste sells top quality outdoor gear. Veruste has some great deals on big brands and ships worldwide, so check them out.